Welcome to DMV Sports Media here. Giovanni Monterroso reporting live from River Hill High School, the home field of Hybrid FC. Hybrid FC will be hosting their final home game of the season. They'll be hosting Club Deportivo de Laurel. Should be getting underway here shortly. A message from our sponsor. Quality Healthcare Services is a CARF accredited and Department of Behavioral Mental licensed behavioral health agency located in Washington, D.C. Quality Healthcare specializing in providing comprehensive mental health services from children's ages 3 to 17 who are experiencing emotional and behavioral challenges. Their clinical services provide a strong emphasis on treating the entire family with goals of restoration and a sense of hope, bringing the balance to the family and providing a comprehensive treatment plan developed around the child's/adolescent's specific needs. Their services includes paediatric evaluations, therapy, and community support services, allowing them to engage with their clients in everyday environments such as the home, school. Their mission is to deliver high-quality, compassionate care that empowers the children and families to thrive. And this is for you all. Do forgive my throat. Seem to have woke up with a little something, but not to worry, we are here and we are soon to get underway here at River Hill High School up here in the crow's nest, ready to see us through, see us out. We're going to have an interesting environment here tonight with the fans of Club Deportivo, who are going to be loud and very involved. You can already, well, maybe you can't hear them, but I can hear them, and you can definitely tell they're an exciting bunch. Players to watch out for Club Deportivo: Anderson Mejia, Marquino, who is currently the leading goal scorer for Club Deportivo, currently has 8 goals for himself. On the other foot, Hybrid, some players you want to keep a close eye on is Salah. He's been very great for Hybrid on the defensive side of things, the defensive house. And also you have a lot of their players that are either finding their groove or finding their moments or being added on as of late. In the example of Matthew Tejeda, who gave Hybrid their first win of the season. But we are due to get underway here shortly. Do make sure you hit that subscribe, like, comment, engage. I will do my very darndest to check in on the chat as we go through with this match. Also in goal for Hybrid, if I'm not mistaken, it is Javier Caceres, who last game was absolutely phenomenal. He's going to look to refine that form and really be key for Hybrid. It looks like Club Deportivo will be the one starting us off this evening. Correction, Hybrid will be starting us off this evening. It was just Club Deportivo, or Laurel, who was just putting the ball in the middle, being kind to their opponents. Hybrid's having a few of the last minute words, a few of the last minute talking, so they can get things started on the right foot. This game means a lot for Laurel. Laurel needs as much points and as much as a goal differential as possible, with obviously the help of Fredericksburg or Frederick City, who, depending on their result, will dictate the standings. And we are underway here at Raven Hill. It's going to be Hybrid who start us off here. As I was mentioning, this match is going to be very important for Laurel as they need to get as many points as possible. I say points, obviously three points, and obviously they need as many goals as possible today as the standings are on the line here. Hybrid, obviously, out of the playoff picture, but would love to end this season with a win in hand. This is their debut season after all, having just formed shortly before joining UPSL. They've seen a lot of progress. Kyle Simmons to cut the first attack from Club Deportivo. Early on foul. Kyle Simmons quickly taken, and it's Hybrid who lose possession. It's number 23 from Hybrid. I'll get you the name here shortly. That's Osman. There's a through ball, but referee says he's offsides. Fans already letting their team know offsides is not acceptable. It's something routine of this team apparently, per the fans. Hybrid quickly restarted, under pressure. It's Club Deportivo who wins the possession. Referee throws a flag up, plays on. It's Mejia who puts the pass on. Rivel who plays it back to him. And a great save already from the keeper. We mentioned him early on, and there he is right away. And it's the keeper again who comes through and collects. Cáceres, the keeper. Jarro Cáceres, who had phenomenal form against MSI. Here he is again, saving a huge opportunity. It was a play between Mejia and Rivel who played it back to him, and Mejia couldn't finish it. And now it's Club Deportivo who's back on the ball. Rivel, you might know him here if you've followed the channel. You've seen him play this past weekend with District Elite. Very good player. Just didn't have an opportunity to really put one in. And there's a through ball. Flag stays down. It's still Club Deportivo. It's a great move. Is there a pass? It's not. He's taken way too long on the shot. And there goes the opportunity. And just like that, what a muscle. Number 13 for Club Deportivo. I don't have who that is, but my word, he put a shoulder onto that tackle. Quickly taken. Number 5 was Roberto Alvarado, who had the opportunity, held onto the ball just a little bit too long, and away goes the opportunity. Hybrid defending well. It's Club Deportivo's goalie now. Club Deportivo playing out of the back. Under pressure, however. Still under pressure. Obstacle all the way back to their keeper. Almost running into trouble there. Does the widest things and plays it out wide. And Now it's Club Deportivo moving down the field. Big boot there. Does get to it. It's Salah is no slouch when it comes to the speed. Mejia would have had to really put on the burners to be Salah. Salah, as we know, has been so crucial on that left-handed side for Hybrid. Now it's going to be a corner. A good opportunity for Club Deportivo. Plays it in. Finds a box, and there's goal number 1 from number 2. Let's take a look at that replay. That got hit in, took a deflection, and that was number 2 for Club Deportivo. That was Roberto Gonzalez, who took that header, received it, and just gave it a little bit of spin, and there he goes. Now it's Hybrid who has to come back from behind, and how would they respond? That's not something easy to do, but there's so much time that honestly Hybrid could figure things out. But Club Deportivo is not going to give him space. Here comes the throw in. Little flick on. It's Osman who tried to play it on, but nothing of real threat having it going out of bounds. And now it's Club Deportivo that's coming out playing with pressure. Good through ball again. It's Club Deportivo with the pressure, and it's a beautiful through ball. Can he do something with it? Looks back for his team, and just as fast as the opportunity was created, it's gone. Here comes the throw in. All the way back to 31. And then back again. Number 50. These numbers are outrageous. But you gotta love it, to each their own. Number 6 is in trouble. That's Isaac Sales. Isaac Sales plays it to his keeper and now is able to play around. And slightly out of trouble, and then a turnover. In a very dangerous situation here for Hybrid, if they could do something with it. Here comes the throw in. Played in. That's Salvador who flicks it on and turns it over. And still under pressure. Correction, that's not, oh, that's number 9. Number 9 is Christian Johnson. Quickly taken. And under pressure. Here comes Club Deportivo yet again, plays on the through ball. He's back in, tries to play the early ball. He finds Mejia. Mejia couldn't control it. Flicks it on, and there's goal number 2 for Club Deportivo. It's a beautiful, fortunate bounce for Mejia, who was able to get that in between 2 defenders, and unfortunate for Hybrid. But as I mentioned early on, Club Deportivo is going to run up this score. Now, how will Hybrid respond? again, we're only in the the tail end of the 10th minute. Kyle Simmons giving it up at a very dangerous area. Caceres plays it, still under trouble. Big boot down the field. Try to come out of it, but not able to. Came off of Ogarra. Club Deportivo. I don't have a 31, so I cannot tell you who that is. Ogar. Number 4 is Ogar for Hybrid. What's a beautiful through ball, and can he do something? Isn't able to. And referee doesn't blow anything there. That was a great opportunity for Hybrid, but nothing really came of it. That was number 21, who I believe is Rene. Foul right in front of the referee. Referee says play on, not enough. And a through ball for Club Deportivo, and who else but Mejia again. And still Mejia. Mejia plays it in. Referee says finally that's out. 21 for Hybrid is Carvajal. Rene Carvajal. Carvajal had a good moment there. That through ball was lovely. Just he took a heavy touch and wasn't able to capture it. And then on the other foot, we have Mejia, who had a great through ball play to him and just couldn't beat the defender. And here we go. What can Hybrid do? Starts off with Kyle Simmons. Kyle Simmons plays it to Johnson. Johnson forced to go back. And it's Salvador. Ogar. The through ball here to the number 50, who again do not have the name. Try to play through ball here. Johnson's on top. It's Club Deportivo comes out in a great through ball. There's another one. Keeper comes out and he gets beat just like that. And it's 3-0. This is a beautiful through ball. Forward was absolutely under control. Played around the keeper, and just like that, Roberto Alvarado gets his goal number 2. And just in 13 minutes, my word, Club Deportivo came to play. As I mentioned, this is not going to be a surprise if Club Deportivo runs up the score. They need the 3 points. They need the goal differential in case Frederick City FC helps them out, but it's against a tough DC Hyper team. It's very unlikely, obviously, regardless of if it's Club Deportivo or if it's DC Hyper. Both teams, both teams are in the playoff situation along with MSI. Obviously, DC Hyper ends up winning this match today. It could put them in the top seed, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the same story for Club Deportivo. And it's Hybrid here It's a great tackle. Just a little too eager there and loses possession. Usman tries to win it, but it's too many Club Deportivo's players there, and now it's Alvarado. Alvarado plays a through ball, and Salah is there. Now it's Kyle Simmons going back to his keeper. Johnson really deep, and the defense for Club Deportivo is all over Hybrid. It's not the ending to the season Hybrid would want. So you can assume they're going to come out firing in the next couple minutes. Taking a throw way back there. Now having to fight for every inch down the field. Quickly taken. Osman plays it in. There's a beautiful through ball there. He stays onside. Referee's flag stays down. He plays the square ball, and Revel gets absolutely robbed. It's still collected by the keeper. A lot of shouts for a handball. We're going to take a look at that replay. There's the first save. It looked like it might have hit Kyle Simmons, but not enough to be for sure. And then it was another save from Caceres, who makes a great save. Fans obviously not happy, although they are winning 3-0, so I'm not sure what to be upset about. Higher standards, I suppose. Referee checking on Caceres holding his shoulders, and it's going to be number 31 for Club Deportivo. Gets his pocket absolutely picked there. Just little moments for Hybrid, I guess, of small victories. But again, there's plenty of time. There's only 17 minutes into, we're in the 18th minute of the game. It's still so many opportunities. It's Revel who's on, takes the shot, and finally finds his goal. After the third attempt, Revel finally finds his goal. Michael Revel, who wins and gets goal number 3 after that. See, Club Deportivo does those through balls so perfectly. They time the runs so to a T, and it's not like they come. They're not holding their line. They sit a little deep, and then they make the run onto behind the defense, and the through balls are just played absolutely to perfection. And the coaching staff of Hybrid is having some words with their back lines because they're seeing it. They need to figure it out because this could get very ugly very quickly. Referee's going to have a words with the Club Deportivo side about a certain player. I'm not sure exactly who. Talking about a fan. Okay, so they're saying certain words are being said in the stands, so they're gonna ask them to control their fans. Not sure how, but probably just to have some words with the fans. They're just saying certain languages that's being used isn't appreciated. Reffing staff gives the first warning to the fans. So now for fans of the opposing side getting into it, so it's going to have to remain peaceful. If not, could go the way against Club Deportivo, who are actually flying right now. It would be kind of terrible due to fans. Some points are sanctioned. I don't think that would be the case. I think they would be asked to leave beforehand, but play on we must. Game is won on the field, not off of it. And Club Deportivo right now are in absolutely flying form. Usman, correction, Johnson. Johnson wins that 50-50. It goes the way of Hybrid. Oh, God. Plays it now. It's Johnson. Johnson to taken down. I want to say that was 21 that was taken down, and it is. That's Carvajal. Carvajal is right now acting as the tip of the spear for Hybrid. It was Tejeda a couple games ago. Here comes an opportunity for Hybrid. Hybrid plays a square ball. Defense is well in great position. And nothing comes of that attack. And now it's on the other side. Club Deportivo tried to play a through ball, but it was Salah that was all the smart to it. And here comes Hybrid, slowly building some momentum. Plays a through ball, but is able to get there. It's a one-on-one with the keeper. Great tackle from the defense. Great tackle. Absolutely pickpockets. I want to say it was number 12. Chirino. Chirino, who is Gerson Chirino. Big boo from the keeper. Tries to play on his teammate is Revez. Revez on. He's looking to have another shot and pulls it back, and nothing really happens there. It's Hybrid. Osman keeps it in. It's still Osman. Osman still beats the second defender, gets pushed by Alvarado. It's going to be a actual foul from the about 35 yards out from goal, and it's number 8 standing on top of it, Salvador. Salvador is about to play this ball in. Waiting for the referee. Plays it in. Big Boo opts to go direct to goal, but sends it over flying to real no threat for the keeper. Club Deportivo restarts it, turns it over. It's Hybrid has a shot, hits it well wide. Still in play. Usman keeps it in. Sends in the cross. It's way overcooked it. It's chased down, and nothing really comes of it. Waiting for a throw in here from Club Deportivo. The ball just rolled away. It's Hawkins who's number 14. I knew it was him, but had to double check. Hawkins, who's late sub in that game against MSI and one of the pieces that led to that second goal for Hybrid. Usman tries to beat his first defender, ends up with the ball again, sends in the cross, and goalie collects. It's fundamentals right there. Club Deportivo now coming out playing. They move the ball so well. Even under pressure, they keep possession very well, and they move into space. Gets his pocket absolutely picked by Salvador. Tried to play the through ball, kind of rushed it, and it found the foot of Club Deportivo. Now it's Ravel looking for Mejia, plays Mejia on, and there's the service. He's played it way too far back behind his teammate. Alvarado again with the possession. My word. That was a great tackle. And the insult to the moment is that they win the ball, and now Usman plays in the correction. That's not Salvador. That's Carvajal. Carvajal still keeps possession, has an opportunity to place it in, tries to cut back, complaining of a push. Referee says no, sir. Play on. Now it's Ravel. Ravel takes a heavy touch forward, plays in his teammate, flag goes up, and Mejia's offsides. Now it's going to be Kyle Simmons standing over the ball, sends a big boot down the field, looking for Usman. Usman has possession, plays it in. And there's a through ball. He's onside. Referee says play on. There's a square ball, and just play too far behind Hawkins. And there goes the opportunity. That was a good, nice little build-up play there, and just didn't result in anything. Throw in for Club Deportivo. Big boot here, looking for the main man himself. Salah almost puts himself under danger. It's Carceres. Carceres who plays it to Kyle Simmons. Simmons, time and space, plays it to Ogar. Ogar still keeping possession and runs out of field, and it's Alvarado, correction, 31, the unknown player, to throw it in. Here's another through ball, and ends up with Mejia. Mejia looking for Ravel. Ravel gets to it. Big save from Caceres. This keeper, man, I'm telling you, he always comes in clutch in certain moments. I know right now they are down 4-0, but this keeper absolutely has made a bunch of saves this evening. Into the last 15 minutes of the first half. Referee keeping an ear out for Club Deportivo. Here comes a big boot. Plays it in. There's another save from the keeper. And absolutely robs Club Deportivo from goal number 5. See if we can take a look at that replay. And no, we missed it. Now it's in plus. Club Deportivo starts off really quickly. Alvarado's on the ball. Just simply plays around the player and now runs out of field. Not seeing the energy you would want from a team that is currently down 4-0. You would like to see a little bit more urgency, a little bit more desire to win those 50-50s, to get to pressure, to cause some disruptions. Especially given that time is just wearing down. Hawkins. Time and space. Plays the early ball, finds a defender. The defender does everything right. Now it's Alvarado. Alvarado gets his pockets picked. O'Gara, sorry. It's going to be Johnson on the ball. He's going to play the free kick. Here comes the service. Johnson delivers. Looks for a hybrid player, but it's the keeper who comes out swinging and connects, and there goes the opportunity for hybrid. Now, back to the drawing board for hybrid. It's Club Deportivo who has possession. Club Deportivo who are just knocking the ball around and doing what they need to see this game out. Now we're getting ever so closer to the end of the first half. Hybrid has controlled Club Deportivo a little bit more, but Club Deportivo hasn't gotten so direct. Could be the adjustments made on both sides. Usman gets called for a foul, and it's the mysterious player who gets to play it in. Mejia plays in his teammate, looking to return the favor. Finds Ravel tried to poke it forward, but couldn't do anything with it. Now it's back to the 50. Club Deportivo just buying their time. They're not in the rush. They are up 4-0, so not much that they need to do, but just close out this half. And a beautiful through ball to Ravel. Cáceres. Offside, says referee. But Cáceres was ready. Was ready for that 1-on-1. Absolutely such a shining light for hybrid. This keeper is. Big boo here. Keeper opts to play close. Club Deportivo loses possession. Referee says that's a foul. Looked like it was Carvajal who committed that foul. Entering the 10th minute of the first half. Or sorry, the final 10th minute of the first half. Great through ball there. Ravel he's in the square ball, sends it in again and just hits it wide. He couldn't put any direction on it and just hit it out wide. You gotta love the fans. Caceres restarts for Hybrid. Might be in danger there. He is in danger there, but O'Gara comes out and saves the possession. Alvarado gets possession. Now it's Sales. Sales goes back to center back. Still Sales. Goes all the way back to their keeper, Torres. Club Deportivo doing well to keep possession. Looking for a through ball. Finds it. Mejia plays it back to him. That was beautiful, but it was well cut out by Hybrid. And just like that, Club Deportivo's back with possession. Is Ravel that's on the attack. Ravel tried something, it worked out for him, and it's Mejia who ends up with the ball, but just one too many defenders. And Hawkins rushed it too much, and it's Hawkins again with the second opportunity, and again just plays a big boot down the field and not what you want. Lovely pass right there. Played it back to him. Is Alvarado, who has the one-on-one with Kyle Simmons, and still the two tangling, dancing. Alvarado's taking too much time on that ball, and not sure if coaching staff would admire that, but that's what you asked for. Too much dancing. It's a free kick for Club Deportivo. Foul given by the referee. Very dangerous area. You could assume they're going to opt to go direct, right to goal. Referee blows the whistle. Takes the shot and hits it way wide. Way over the bar. And now it's going to be a restart for Hybrid as we wait for the keeper to get back. Caceres going to restart the game for us. The shining light of Hybrid FC. Quick boot down the field. Turns it over. Salah hits it. Misdirection, but bailed out by Kyle Simmons. Johnson gets taken out. Referee calls back to play. Says not enough advantage. Kyle Simmons quickly taken to Johnson. Johnson to come down the field. Find Usman. Usman gets taken out, but referee says play on. It's a lot of pressure from Hawkins, and referee blows the whistle. Man, it seems like there's a little bit of an exchange there between mysterious player and Usman. Medical staff on to the field now. As we enter the last 5 minutes of the first half. Looked like it was a little bit of a collision when he tackled number 23, and number 23 went flying onto the floor. So player gets up, all is well. We should see him return to play, which is always a good sign, always a good thing. We never want to see a player end their evening early due to an injury. So here comes Club Deportivo with the restart. And away we go. Big boot sent down and almost put them under trouble there. Does well to play out of it. Beautiful little flick on from Salas. Salas to Alvarado, Alvarado to Salas, Salas to Ravel, Ravel back to Salas until finally cut out by Hybrid. Lovely ball, but referee says he's offsides. I would question that. Referee got the better angle though. It's going to be a restart for Hybrid. Big boot from Caceres. Finds only a Club Deportivo player, but now it's with Hawkins. Hawkins forced to go back to his defense. Tried to play a big ball there, but only found Torres. Torres to play with his team. Ravel. Ball's played in, flag stays down, and nothing comes out of that. It was a great attack, but just the distribution to the service was bad, and referee sings up, flag immediately goes up for offsides. Usman not timing his run properly. Club Deportivo restarts it quickly, and last 2 minutes of regular time. We might see some stoppage time, not too much, I don't think. The only real stoppage was the player that fell down and from the collision. But outside of that, it's been pretty straightforward, pretty well-mannered. Great through ball there between three defenders. It's Alvarado who's on the play. Still him, and finally forced out. Club Deportivo forced to go back. This Club Deportivo going all the way back to Torres. Torres to Alvarado. Alvarado's looking for that through ball, but so is Hybrid now. As we enter the last minute of the first half. Club Deportivo have been the better of the two with everything from possession to just decision making. The runs that they had, they've been able to play the through ball that they've obviously worked so much on, how their runs properly, and then when they finally got on the one-on-one with the keeper, they were able to do what they needed to. Hybrid, however, still has some things to figure out as we look to close out this first half. Play on, says referee. As we complete the regular time for the first half. Big switch here. It's a lovely through ball. It's a 1-on-1 Ravel. Offside, says referee. And that is the halftime. Club Deportivo leading 4-0 as we go into our commercial break, and Club Deportivo being the team that's able to do what they need to, figure things out, run the plays they needed to. Hybrid looking to figure things out. I mean, it's 4-0. It's still a half to go. Crazier things have happened, but Hybrid will have to make sure that they can punch and defend at the same time, because Club Deportivo is no slouch when it comes to offensive prowess. We're going to take a quick little break here. Do make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and engage. We're going to take a quick little break, but beforehand, do want to make sure we give a shout out to our sponsor for this game. If it wasn't for our sponsors, these streams would not be possible. So we want to shout out. Sorry, I'm trying to pull up. Here we go. Quality Health Services is a CARF accredited and Department of Behavioral Health licensed behavioral health agency located in Washington, D.C. Quality healthcare specializing in providing comprehensive mental health services for children ages 3 to 17 who are experiencing emotional and behavioral challenges. Their clinic services place a strong emphasis on treating the entire family with the goals of restoring a sense of hope, bringing balance to the family, and providing a comprehensive treatment plan developed around the children's or adolescents' specific needs. Their services include psychiatric evaluations, therapy, and community support services, allowing them to engage with their clients in their everyday environments such as home and school. Their mission is to deliver high-quality, compassionate care that empowers children and families to thrive. We thank you, Quality Healthcare Services, proud partner of Hybrid FC. We're going to take a little quick break here. Do make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and we'll be back for the second half of this match. Alrighty, welcome back to the second half of this hybrid versus Club Deportivo here in Riverside High School, home of Hybrid FC. We should get underway here shortly. Do make sure you hit that subscribe, like, comment, and engage. And obviously, a shout out and a thank you to Hybrid's proud partner, Quality Health Service, a CARF accredited and Department of Behavioral Health licensed behavioral health agency located in Washington, D.C. Without you, Quality Healthcare Services, this match would not be possible. So a shout out to the proud partner, Quality Health Service, for Hybrid FC. We should be getting started here shortly. Club Deportivo leading 4-0 in the gray. Now going from left to right on your screen. Hybrid FC in the black, going from right to left. Hybrid FC is going to have to figure things out here for the second half, as where Club Deportivo, not so much. They very much have control of this game and would like to keep it. And obviously things have gone right, but things need to go a little bit better for them if they look to want to take a higher seeding in the stands, a higher seed in the standings, as they're currently sitting in third place. Last night, MSI lost to Bridge Sports. Currently, right now, DC Hyper is hosting Frederick City FC. And we know what's going on here. Look at this. Hybrid starting off on the front foot, absolutely playing forward, trying to get some momentum going, getting something going early on. Very similar to what Club Deportivo did to them in the first half. But it's Club Deportivo who are currently coming down the sideline. A few substitutions have been made. Number 55 for Club Deportivo has stepped onto the field. We'll get you that name in just a second, if we have it. Obviously, as we weren't given all of the names. That person will remain nameless. It's a through ball here for Hybrid. I'll hold my question there, as Matthew Tejeda, the player extraordinaire for Hybrid, makes his way onto today's game. Salvador beats his first defender, plays a through ball, is not able to get there. Carvajal beat by the defender, and then ultimately the goalkeeper. Hybrid with a little bit more urgency. That was pretty much the team talk at the half. It was urgency and effort that the coaching staff wants to see from them, and not just certain players making it. It should be a team effort. And we're seeing a little bit more of that urgency, a little bit more of that grit, hunger. But this is a very talented Club Deportivo team that it's going to take a lot to beat. It's not impossible, but it is 4 goals that we're talking about. And here they come. Beautifully done by Johnson. It's Johnson who stands up his defender and gets taken out for a foul. It's Johnson with the restart. He's going to ask for his 10. Here comes the service. Waiting for the referee. Referee yelling, asking for 10. Play on now. It's the service. Plays it to Tejeda. Tejeda deflects it, and it ultimately ends up in the hands of Torres. It's a great reaction from Torres. Took a deflection off his own player. First Tejeda, then the player, and then ultimately in his hands. It's a lot better from Hybrid, but as I mentioned, Club Deportivo is such a great team. Great coached, tactically sound. Referee. Well done by Kyle Simmons, but then it's ultimately won back by a midfielder for Club Deportivo. Again, I will reiterate, rosters are important, people. Please. Want to give your players credit. But let me not complain. Let me just call the game. In need of a game ball. Cáceres, goalkeeper extraordinaire. We should talk about what the playoffs is going to be like for the UPSL, specifically here in the DMV North, DMV South conferences. I hold that thought as Osman almost has an opportunity but called offsides by the referee. So let's talk about the playoff scenes for DMV North. The DMV North currently, as if the day was to end, well, actually, you know what? We won't go as of today. We'll go based on, we'll just say seed, the seed, right? So June 21st or 22nd, depending on the home team, you will have seed number 3 hosting seed number 6 in the South. You would have seed number 4. What a great defensive effort from Hybrid to keep it 4-0. That was Salah with a big save, a big block. You would have seed number 4 host seed number 5. Again, the dates would be June 21st or 22nd. Then we move on to the semifinals, because those were the quarterfinals. Semifinals, hold that thought as we get this corner prepared. Referee coming to have some words here with the sideline. Trying to get some substitutions. Number 18 coming in for, I want to say that's Carvajal. I'll get you number 18's name here in a second. '18 is Matthew Castillo. Matthew Castillo coming on for Carvajal. Referee having some words there, some extracurricular activities. As I was saying, semifinals. June 28, 29, depending on the host team. Seed number 1 to face the winner of the match between seed number 4 and number 5. Seed number 2, hold that thought. Here comes the service from Club Deportivo. It's played in, played short, and well defended. The throw in now for Club Deportivo. So seed number 2 will host the winner of seed number 3 or seed number 6 from DMV South. And then obviously the winner of those two semifinals will go on and play in the North Final, which would be on July 5th or 6th, all depending on the host team. In the South, it's same dates, very much the same. And then the winner of both the DMV North and DMV South will face off in a conference final in the round of 32s, the national round of 32s, and then move on from there. Can expect either a lot of strong teams, Club Deportivo, MSI, and DC Hyper being in the favorites. But obviously, given the recent result of Bridge Sports, it's not a team to be forgotten. In the South, on the other hand, there's a Titan in Virginia Dreams who's currently playing in the UPSL against Ristosi. Last time I checked, it was a 1-0 lead for Virginia Dreams. But yeah, so the Titan Virginia Dreams, probably a favorite in the South. Obviously Los Toros, Arlington, and Virginia Revolution are as well. It's a very interesting scenario. Here comes Club Deportivo de Laurel. There's a shot, and what a save. Still not out of danger, but Club Deportivo knocking on the doors. A beautiful cross in. Played it in. That was just a reaction and a big save. Cáceres, again, as I mentioned, huge for him. That was Alvarado who had that shot. Alvarado gets absolutely robbed. Right on the doorstep. But Cáceres, again, saving him. That would have been goal number 5 for sure if it wasn't different. Let me not say that. I won't say that. But just good save all around. But Club Deportivo have come alive in the second half now. They've been more of the offensive team in the last 10, 15 minutes. So now it's going to be who strikes first. Obviously, Club Deportivo is in no need, having 4 goals in hand right now. Hybrid are the ones that need to chase. But they do seem hungrier. Salah plays it out wide. Down the line they go. Osman beats his first defender. Tried the through ball, but couldn't get it on. It's still there. Has the first opportunity to try to play the square ball, but no luck. The defense was there. But still under danger. Club Deportivo does well to come out. Referee says substitution. Looks like it's number 70 for Hybrid coming in. Not sure who that is. But 70 has made an appearance. Oh, I'm sorry. That's the Hybrid. That's Club Deportivo. I'll get you the name. I do know who that is. It's Club Deportivo now. And there's his first touches on the ball. Leaves it there. Tries a big switch. To no luck. But it is still them. There he is again. That's Juan Cardoso. Cardona, sorry. Juan Cardona. Cal Simmons. Great tackle there, and it's Club Deportivo now. It's a beautiful through ball. Has a shot. A big save again. I was counting goal number 5, and oh my word, what a save. This keeper, Cáceres, is for me one of my favorite keepers I've seen in quite some time. Now it's Club Deportivo to restart us off here. It's a beautiful move there. And just like that, possession changes hands. And again, referee says that's a foul in favor of Club Deportivo. Now it's Club Deportivo, plays it out wide. It's Mejia. Mejia one-on-one. Keeper comes out. Keeper wins that one-on-one. And it's Salvador now. Mejia absolutely getting robbed on that one-on-one. Hybrids, substitution. Had an almost opportunity there. That was number 18. Castillo. Guevara plays it into Johnson. Johnson, big switch. Looking for Usman. Usman keeps his possession, gets his pocket absolutely picked. And now it's Club Deportivo. That was beautifully done. And possession exchanged hands very quickly in the last 30 seconds. Looks like it's Lopez, number 11. I'll get that confirmation here. Correction is Kevin Santos. Kevin Santos gets tangled up here. Referee says it's a foul. Caught a Charlie horse, and now the great sportsman helping him out. You gotta love that. You're in opposing teams, but you want to look out for each other. It's gonna be a restart here for Club Deportivo. And if you aren't aware of the current leaderboard, I'll remind you here in a second. In the DMV North, obviously the results of last night are not reflected, so keep in mind MSI just lost to Bridge Sports. But currently MSI is in the first place, DC Hyper, correction. DC Hyper in second, Club Deportivo in third, Chiefs United in fourth, Bridge Sports number 5. And those would be the teams that make the playoffs if all things end today. Obviously. Yeah, I believe number 6 goes through. I could be incorrect on that one. I'll get you confirmation. I'm pretty sure it's just the top 5 seeds for DMV North. Torres to come collect for his team. Torres who plays it out wide. It's getting a little windy here. See how this affects the the game, but it's Club Deportivo who has possession and is moving possession very well. These are the teams that have clinched playoffs, so I will count them out. I will read them out to you. I'll hold that thought because Club Deportivo, who plays it, takes a touch, but it falls behind him. Looks for the shot, but couldn't. Sends a cross in and finds Kyle Simmons. And now it's Hybrid who's coming out. It's still Hybrid. And just like that, they lose possession. So teams in the north that have earned their playoff spots: Bridgeport's, Chiefs United, Club Deportivo, DC Hyper, and MSI all have earned their entry to the playoffs. And it is only the top 5 seeds, as I mentioned. So if things were to end today, that's how they end. But it's not the case, as MSI lost to Bridgeport's last night. And we're watching Club Deportivo take this 4-0 win against Hybrid. And Ibraha for Hybrid makes his way onto the field, as well as number 10 for Hybrid. That's Mauricio Lopez. Sorry, clear my throat here. That means the end of the night for Salvador Guzman. But here comes the service from Club Deportivo. Sends in the ball. There's almost the opportunity and just hits it wide. He was absolutely alone and connects and just couldn't put enough direction on that and sails wide. Temperatures are dropping here. Cáceres to leave the restart to Salah so he can get it. Ibraha. First touch ends up going in favor of Club Deportivo, and there's Cáceres again. Quickly restarting us here. Throw in here is Johnson, who's on there. Referee blows it. It seems like it was like a foul, or sorry, handball. Substitutions. Waiting for the substitution to be let on, but referee having some words. The fan that wasn't questioned has made his exit, so referees can rest. We're now entering the last 20 minutes of the, just a little over last 20 minutes of the first half, or second half, correction. Oh my, Torres almost had a blunder. Ibraha plays it to Lopez. Lopez tries it through ball, and it's only to find Torres. That was almost worldly of a blunder. Let's check in the chat. I haven't really had the opportunity to see how you fine folks are doing this evening. We have a few games going on right now in DMV Sports Media, so if you haven't hit that subscribe button, you're absolutely missing out. In the DMV's house, we have Blazers taking on Alexandria Reds. Obviously, right now, you're watching Hybrid taking on Club Deportivo. Alexandria taking on Arlington. Alexandria United, should I be specific. And not too long ago, we saw Los Toros take on Petroleros. And the match of the week, obviously being just ended. Virginia taking the 1-0 win over Ristosi FC. What a matchup that must have been. Here we're getting absolutely spoiled with goals galore, but not in favor of Hybrid, in favor of Club Deportivo, who are their away team. And there's a beautiful through ball. Can he do something? No, the defense is better to it. Big boo here, only to find it be turned over to Cáceres. Cáceres, goalkeeper extraordinaire. We need to do a highlight tape for him. But the referee blew the whistle. Play on, he says. Fans are starting to make their way out as temperatures die down and potential rains loom over River Hill High School, the home of Hybrid FC. It's a lovely facility. I get a shelter here, so I absolutely love this facility. Club Deportivo trying to create something there, not able to. It's Hybrid who defends well. Now it's Hybrid on the counter. Ibraha cuts back, tries to play the through ball, and it's Santos. Correction, that's Lopez. Lopez gets absolutely muscled off that ball. Jesus. I want to see if we could take a look at that replay of how he just gets muscled off of that ball. Son, eat your Wheaties, my friend. No, not Wheaties are terrible. Just get some calisthenics in you. They're gonna clip it. I'm sorry, Lopez. Here's the through ball here. He stayed with it. I was sloppy defending, but it's cleaned up by Lopez. Then Lopez turns it over. I'm pretty sure that's Mejia. Mejia doing what Mejia does. Tried another through ball, just couldn't connect. Now it's Club Deportivo. They have possession. They're just going to slowly work their way up the field as Colin Crow, how you doing? Finally got to check the chat here. Or Colin, sorry. Had a quick glimpse. Ibraha. Big boot down the field, only to find a defender. And it's Torres now, who sends it right back down the field into a sticky situation that goes in favor of Hybrid. Now Hybrid on the counter, or the front foot I should say, not the counter. Played a great through ball, should have took the momentum, but opted to cut it back and then just does a silly giveaway right there. This is must be the things that frustrate the coaching staff. We're entering the last 15 of this half. Again, not much stoppage time, so as plays hasn't really stopped much. Hybrid has been the more possession-based team this half. Obviously, there was moments in where Club Deportivo were very dangerous and had opportunities that ended up with Cáceres with some fantastic saves. And it's Hybrid now. Big shot, but a better save. So you love to see when both keepers are coming up huge for their respective teams. Now it's Club Deportivo on the other side, but it's Hybrid who defends well. Substitutions being caught. Here is the sub asking for a ball, as that ball was sent flying. Throw in here for Club Deportivo. Substitution here. Kevin Santos taken off and number 6 comes on. I'll get you the name of who that is here in a moment. Ball's played in. Referee says that's a throw in for Hybrid. Number 6 is going to be Anjola Usmatos. Well, there's attempt of a through ball, but it only finds a Club Deportivo player. Now it's Ibraha with some very acrobatic defending. Club Deportivo now in the driver's seat. Cuts into the midfield, looking for his teammate, plays it back. Ends up with the ball again, but heavy pressure from Hybrid, forced to go all the way back to his defense. Here is Club Deportivo now. Mejia, correction, that's 41. Not sure who that is. Again, rosters, people, rosters with all the numbers, not just the starting 11. Through ball here. Is there a shot? There is a shot, but it hits right to goal. And nothing comes out of it. Goalie saves that. See if we got the replay there. Big save from the keeper. Keeps it out on that 101. And now it's going to be a corner for Hybrid. Here comes the corner, sent in, played to the back post. So it was for Hawkins. Correction, Simmons. Simmons not able to put it on, looking to cut it back into the midfield, or sorry, into the box. Forced to go to a teammate. Teammate loses possession, and now it's a goal kick. Here comes the restart for Club Deportivo. Big boot down the field. It's a 2v4, and it's Club Deportivo that almost comes out with it. Here goes Ibraha. Ibraha scanning, plays into the midfield. Kyle Simmons plays a through ball, but only to find a keeper in that of Torres. Torres plays it out wide. We're now entering the last 10 minutes of this half. Again, not much real stoppage time can be expected, as not much has slowed this game down, and it has kind of leveled off. Both teams have had their opportunities this half. Hybrid having more opportunities this half than they did the first half, and more so than Club Deportivo, which was not what happened in the first half. Not sure what the decision was there with the player. Should have turned and played it forward. Now they're putting themselves under pressure. If it wasn't for that ball going out of bounds for Club Deportivo. Laurel, I should keep saying. Going all the way back to Cáceres. Cáceres being the, I say this time and time again, the shiny light for Hybrid. Here's a good opportunity. Johnson plays it. This is a great ball movement from Hybrid. There's a through ball. Can he find the square? He does, but only to a Club Deportivo defender. Referee says that's a corner. Here comes an opportunity for Hybrid. I was quickly taken. I was just stepped away and was quickly taken and quickly went out of bounds. Oh my word, somebody absolutely had an arm back there that just launched the ball. Here comes the Laurel team. The Laurel has possession. It's still Laurel. Club Deportivo plays in a great ball. Now it's Hybrid. Ball still in play. Referee says that now went out of bounds. Now it's going to be a throw in for Laurel. Referee says come back a few steps. Quickly taken. Do I hear music? Here's a Laurel moving the possession, keeping the ball, not in a rush. Still looking for that deadly through ball that they've been so great at this whole game. Big switch for Hybrid to Kyle Simmons. And then here we go. Hybrid looking for the through ball. It's a little dangerous situation, but well cut out by the defense. Now it's Torres. Torres sends it down the field. It's a lovely touch. Under pressure. Now it's Hybrid. Hybrid switches it to Laurel. Laurel not in a rush now. Realizing we're now under 10 minutes here. There's a through ball there. Another through ball. But, oh, sorry, not a through ball. Back pass to the keeper. I thought it was Club Deportivo player that got his touch on it. Now it's back with Laurel. Quickly taken. Big switch here. Does well to come in. Wanted to find that through ball, but Salah, not sure if that was the decision, if you had to rush that clearance. Could he have taken a touch and played it in or played it out to his wing back? Not sure. Here comes the throw in for Club Deportivo. Club Deportivo is probably going to look for their goal number 5. Haven't heard any news of what's happened in that DC Hyper game. And here comes Hybrid. What a tackle. Absolutely worldly, taking that ball off his foot. Now it's on the other side. Another great tackle. Here comes Laurel. It's still Laurel. Laurel. It's Hybrid who wins possession, then turns it over. Is there a shot? Has space. Puts it on frame, and it's Cáceres again with the save. Fortune took a turn for Club Deportivo, but then Cáceres, the keeper extraordinaire, is there to clean it up. Now it's a corner for Club Deportivo. Takes a short. It's still Club Deportivo. Takes a shot. Who else is it but Cáceres, who comes out with the save? There was miscommunications there because it should have been a second shot. And my. Offside, says the referee. Restart here. Goal score update for DC Hyper versus Frederick. It was almost a miracle work from Frederick as they went into the half leading. Ultimately, DC Hyper tying it up and ultimately taking all 3 points with a 2-1 victory for DC Hyper. So that means DC Hyper should be securing that first seed. And Club Deportivo de Laurel in the 3rd seed. MSI in the 2nd seed. Followed by British Sports and Chiefs United in the 5th seed. That should be how this table ends. We're now under the last 3 minutes of this game, regular time. As I mentioned, I don't foresee too much stoppage time being added, but I could be wrong here. Oh my. Does Club Deportivo have a 5th in hand? Referee says offsides. I thought he was on, but I mean, they had the vision. comes the restart for Hybrid. Hybrid ended the season better than they started, obviously. I'll hold that thought as Club Deportivo has an opportunity, plays it around the keeper, and there's goal number 5 for Club Deportivo. Is a through ball. He was just absolutely by himself and just played it around the keeper. This time, Mendona just puts it in for goal number 5 for Club Deportivo. I mean, it was all, last 5 minutes. It has been Club Deportivo Laurel that's been knocking. As Juan Cardona, who gets goal number 5. As we enter the last minute of regular time. I can't foresee too much stoppage time being added, but we shall see. Here comes big boot down the field. A through ball. Can Heimer get something? No. Torres comes out and collects, and that's it. Now, what can Heimer do? As I was saying, Heimer ended the season much better than they started. Obviously, it's their debut season. A lot of lessons learned, a lot of things they need to take away from this, and return next season much stronger, much in a better position. But that is the end of the season for Hybrid, and what a season it's been for their debut season. Club Deportivo will move on and move into the playoffs. One last time, thank you to the proud partner of Hybrid FC, Quality Health Services, mental and behavioral health service provider. And thank you, Hybrid, for allowing us to cover you this season. We will be bringing you all of the DMV playoffs, the DMV North and South playoffs here on DMV Sports Media. So do make sure you hit that subscribe, like, comment, and engage. This is Gio Monteroso signing off here at River Hill High School. Head over to some of the other games going on right now. But as for me,